Hello. Today General Hospital will reveal exciting events in the next 2 weeks from August 11th to 22nd, 2025. First, the upcoming weeks of General Hospital from August 11th to August 22nd promise to bring major twists and revelations to Port Charles. One of the most anticipated events involves the arrival of 5 Poppies, where Jason Morgan, portrayed by Steve Burton, will make a dramatic return. This marks a significant turning point for many characters, as Jason's presence always stirs up trouble and brings forth hidden secrets. Alongside Jason's return, Drew Kane, Cameron Matheson, will make an important announcement that will shake things up, leaving Curtis Ashford, Donnell Turner, feeling confused and questioning his next move. The impact of these developments will undoubtedly reverberate throughout the week, as new alliances and obstacles take shape. Between August 11th and August 15th, Jocelyn Jacks, Eden McCoy, will find herself at 5 Poppies, accompanied by Vaughn, Bryce Durfee. As the pair navigates through the complexities of their mission, they will narrowly avoid an encounter with Britt Westbourne, Kelly Thibault. Britt, already dealing with mounting threats, will be on high alert, trying to avoid further complications. The tension in the air will be palpable as these characters come dangerously close to crossing paths, each harboring their own secrets and agendas. Jocelyn, in particular, will begin to feel the weight of the situation as things take unexpected turns. Britt will face a major crossroads during this time, as Pascal, Mark Forget, continues to make threats against her. His pressure will force her into a corner, leaving her with little choice but to return to the laboratory, where she once thrived in secrecy. The stakes will be higher than ever, as Britt's professional and personal life collide, leading her to make decisions she never imagined. This move back into the lab will likely have significant consequences for her, and it could lead to further complications in her already tense relationships with others. Meanwhile, Jocelyn, frustrated by the constraints of their current mission, will begin to voice her dissatisfaction with the situation. She will be vocal about her frustrations, especially with the rules set by Jack Brennan, Chris McKenna. Jocelyn, who has always been a bit rebellious, will likely struggle with the limitations placed on her by Brennan's orders. Her frustration will lead her to question if they could be doing more than simply observing and reporting. Jocelyn's desire for action may conflict with the careful planning and risk management that Jack Brennan insists upon, causing tension between them. Vaughn, ever the cautious ally, will remind Jocelyn of the dangers of stepping out of line. As she contemplates defying the rules, Vaughn will be the voice of reason, warning her about the perilous consequences of acting against orders. This exchange will highlight the growing tension between the need for action and the importance of caution in their high-stakes environment. Vaughn's reminder will serve as a sobering reality check, grounding Jocelyn and ensuring she doesn't lose sight of the risks involved in their covert mission. Second, back in Port Charles, Alexis Davis, Nancy Lee Grahn, finds herself at a crossroads as she contemplates making a bold legal move. This decision comes after several emotional events, and Alexis is driven by the desire to protect her family, particularly Scout Quartermain, Cosette Abinante. Alexis's determination will lead her to consider seeking custody of Scout, a move that could have significant consequences, depending on how things unfold between Drew, Cameron Matheson, and Monica Quartermain, Leslie Charlson. Alexis's actions could spark a legal battle that will test not only her resolve but also her relationship with those closest to her. Monica, in the midst of all the tension, will become increasingly difficult to reach, which only heightens the drama. As Alexis moves forward with her plan, Monica will remain out of contact with Drew, and this lack of communication will become a major turning point. Drew, growing more frustrated by the day, will eventually make a bold announcement. His frustration with Alexis's interference will reach its peak, and he will make it clear that his decision to move to Washington, D.C., with Scout is no longer just an option, it's a certainty. Drew's declaration will change the landscape of the custody battle, adding further pressure to an already fragile situation. Drew's anger at Alexis's legal maneuvers is only amplified by his growing desire to reunite with Willow Tate, Caitlin McMullen. Drew has made no secret of his longing to be with Willow, and he envisions a life together in D.C., where both of them can start fresh. However, his path to reconciliation with Willow will not be so simple. Drew will take matters into his own hands and seek out Willow, hoping for a chance to heal the rift between them. He will approach her with an open heart, attempting to make amends for the pain they've both endured. When Drew and Willow cross paths, the tension between them will be palpable. Drew's attempt to reconcile will be met with resistance, as Willow remains emotionally distant and unwilling to forgive him so easily. Despite Drew's heartfelt attempt to mend their broken relationship, Willow will stand firm in her decision, unwilling to let go of the hurt and disappointment she feels. This moment will be a turning point for both characters, as it marks a significant shift in their dynamic. Willow's refusal to reconcile will leave Drew reeling, and he will be forced to face the consequences of his actions, especially in light of his impending move to DC. As these personal struggles unfold, Alexis's bold legal move will continue to add complexity to the situation. The battle for Scout's custody will grow more intense, with each party refusing to back down. Drew, torn between his loyalty to his family and his desire to build a future with Willow, will be pushed to his limits. Monica's silence, coupled with Alexis's legal maneuvering, will only heighten the tension, setting the stage for a showdown that will have lasting ramifications for everyone involved. The stakes have never been higher in Port Charles, and as Alexis and Drew clash, the town's future will hang in the balance. Third, after Dante Falconeri, Dominic Zamprogna, warns Liesl Albrecht, Kathleen Gotti, that he could arrest her, the tension in Port Charles escalates further. However, it's not Liesl who will find herself in handcuffs, but another person entirely. Harrison Chase, Josh Swickard, will be the one tasked with carrying out the arrest, and this assignment will set off a chain of events that threatens the future of Gio Palmieri, Giovanni Mazza. Chase's involvement in this arrest is pivotal, as it puts Gio in the crosshairs of the law, setting the stage for a dramatic confrontation that could have far-reaching consequences. Joe's troubles deepen as it becomes clear that he may be arrested for breaking into the laboratory of Professor Hank Dalton, Daniel Goddard. The situation worsens when it's revealed that Joe's actions in the lab have caused significant disruptions, with Emma Scorpio-Drake, Braden Bruner, struggling to fix the damage he's done. Emma's efforts to clean up the mess Gio left behind will highlight the personal and professional stakes involved, as she works tirelessly to prevent further fallout from Joe's reckless behavior. This situation creates tension not only within the professional world but also in the personal relationships of those involved. Despite Joe's insistence that he doesn't want anyone to get involved in his problems, Dante and Brooke Lynn Quartermain, Amanda Seton, will feel a strong sense of obligation to help him. Their involvement comes from a deep-rooted sense of loyalty, but Gio is adamant about distancing himself from their support. He doesn't want to drag anyone else into the mess he's created, but Dante and Brooke Lynn refuse to stand by and do nothing. Their desire to protect him, even against his wishes, will lead to a delicate balancing act as they navigate the complicated dynamics between helping Gio and respecting his wishes. Dante, as a member of the police force, is particularly torn by his duties. While he wants to assist Gio, he also understands the law and the consequences of Joe's actions. This conflict creates tension within Dante as he grapples with his role as a law enforcement officer and his desire to protect those he cares about. On the other hand, Brooke Lynn, ever the loyal friend, is more straightforward in her approach, willing to go to great lengths to help Gio, even if it means facing the wrath of the law. As the situation unfolds, the pressure mounts for both Gio and those trying to help him. The impending arrest by Chase will not only put Joe's freedom at risk but will also test the relationships and allegiances within Port Charles. Dante and Brooke Lynn's involvement in Joe's life will deepen, creating new challenges for everyone involved. The drama will only intensify as the characters are forced to confront the consequences of their actions, and Joe's fate hangs in the balance. The next few days in Port Charles promise to be filled with tension, tough choices, and emotional turmoil. Fourth, across town, Stella Henry, Vernay Watson, will push Kai Taylor, Jens Austin Astrup, to fight for Trina Robinson, Tabiana Ali, and win her back. Stella, ever the advocate for love and family, will believe that Kai should not give up on Trina so easily. Her relentless encouragement will make Kai question his past decisions and whether he's truly done everything in his power to keep Trina in his life. However, Stella's personal life will soon take an unexpected turn, as she becomes the center of an insurance fraud investigation. This revelation will force Stella to confront the consequences of her own actions, throwing her into a whirlwind of uncertainty that could affect her relationships and standing in Port Charles. As Stella grapples with the looming investigation, Curtis Ashford, Donnell Turner, will be left reeling from the fallout. The growing suspicions surrounding Stella will cause Curtis to question everything, including his own alliances. He'll find himself torn, especially if the investigation points back to a larger conspiracy involving someone close to him. The investigation's potential links to his own life will create a significant rift in his relationship with Drew Kane, Cameron Matheson. Curtis will begin to doubt the fragile ceasefire between himself and Drew, sensing that there may be more at play than just simple business disagreements. This growing sense of distrust will lead Curtis to wonder if Drew is playing a long game, manipulating everyone around him for a personal vendetta. Drew's true intentions will become clearer as he continues to play his own dangerous game. His actions will grow more calculated as he subtly manipulates key players in Port Charles, particularly Michael Corinthos, Rory Gibson. Drew's scheme will center on creating chaos for Michael, knowing that the more he can destabilize Michael's position, the more control he can wield. His moves will be subtle but impactful, setting the stage for a major confrontation that will challenge Michael's resolve and loyalty to those he holds dear. As Drew continues to push his agenda, the stakes will rise, and it will become clear that he is not simply playing for the short term, he's planning something much bigger. Meanwhile, Harrison Chase, Josh Swickard, will continue to see Willow Tate, Caitlin McMullen, as his soulmate, strengthening their bond as they navigate the complications in their lives. Chase will be a steady source of support for Willow, especially as she deals with the emotional fallout from her past and the ongoing drama surrounding her family. Their connection will deepen, and it will become evident that, despite the challenges they face, they are stronger together. If the current situation continues, it's possible that Chase and Willow may find their way back to each other, rekindling their romance and solidifying their place in one another's lives. Their growing closeness will provide a sense of hope amid the chaos surrounding them. As these events unfold, Anna Devane, Finola Hughes, will continue to play a key role in gathering crucial information. Alongside Jack Brennan, Chris McKenna. Anna will push for more transparency, hoping to uncover the truth behind the rising tensions in Port Charles. While Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, heads toward the Five Poppies resort, Anna and Jack will be hard at work, determined to uncover the secrets that have been hidden in plain sight. With both personal and professional stakes at play, Anna's investigation will reveal startling revelations that will change the course of events for everyone involved. The combination of her persistence and Jack's resources will be pivotal in bringing the truth to light, but it remains to be seen how far those in power are willing to go to protect their secrets. Finally, from August 18th to August 22nd, Jason Morgan will be digging around the grounds at Five Poppies, setting the stage for a major confrontation with Britt Westbourne. Their encounter is sure to be a shock for both of them, as Britt has no idea that Jason is still alive unless she's been keeping up with the news online. Jason's sudden appearance will catch her off guard, and the tension between them will be palpable. Despite the shock, Jason will have some pointed questions for Britt about the events that have unfolded, and he will be prepared to offer her some answers of his own when the time is right. The air will be thick with unresolved issues, and this meeting is bound to uncover some uncomfortable truths for both characters. Jason's return to Five Poppies will also have a ripple effect on the town of Port Charles. As he continues his investigation, the presence of such a high-profile figure will make things increasingly difficult for Jocelyn Jacks. Jocelyn, already struggling with the complexities of her own situation, will find herself in greater danger as Jason's presence brings unwanted attention to the area. The danger will escalate as Jocelyn's carefully constructed cover is at risk of being blown, and it's unclear whether she can keep up the charade without being exposed. Her growing anxiety and the looming threat of discovery will add another layer of tension to the already volatile environment. Meanwhile, Kai Taylor will begin to take Stella Henry's, Vernee Watson, advice to heart. Motivated by his desire to win back Trina Robinson, he will fight harder than ever to prove his commitment to her. Stella's encouragement to not give up will push Kai to take a more proactive role in trying to mend his relationship with Trina. However, it remains to be seen if he can truly change her mind. Kai's efforts to reconcile with Trina will involve both heartfelt gestures and serious conversations, but Trina's feelings will not be easily swayed. Will Kai's actions be enough to turn the tide, or will Trina continue to push him away? As the drama unfolds, Drew Kane's, Cameron Matheson, manipulative behavior will intensify. His attempts to control those around him will become more apparent as he works behind the scenes to maintain his power. Drew's growing influence in Port Charles will stir up more tension, as people begin to realize just how far he's willing to go to get what he wants. His ruthless actions will make him a target, and those who oppose him may soon find themselves at odds with someone who will stop at nothing to achieve his goals. Drew's escalating behavior will inevitably lead to confrontations that could have lasting consequences for everyone involved. One such potential confrontation will come from Jen Sidwell, Carlo Rota, a character known for his ability to cause chaos. Jens is not someone you want to cross, and his involvement in a conflict could make things even more dangerous for those who are already struggling to navigate the turmoil. As the pressure builds, Jens will likely become an even more formidable force in the ongoing power struggle, adding another layer of complexity to the already tense situation in Port Charles. The question remains whether anyone will be able to stand up to him, or if his influence will only continue to grow. Throughout these developments, fans of General Hospital can expect a series of shocking twists and escalating tensions. With Jason's return, Jocelyn's dangerous situation, Kai's fight for love, Drew's manipulation, and the looming threat of Jens, the next 2 weeks promise to be filled with drama, conflict, and intrigue. The unpredictable nature of the storylines ensures that no one in Port Charles is safe from the fallout of these events, and viewers will be kept on the edge of their seats as the drama unfolds. With such high stakes, the characters are heading into a volatile period, and it remains to be seen who will come out on top, and who will be left in the dust. The upcoming weeks will not only feature intense personal drama but also significant conflicts that will shake the foundations of relationships in Port Charles. As tensions rise, characters will be forced to make tough decisions, and alliances will be tested. Whether it's Jason confronting Britt, Jocelyn facing the consequences of her actions, or Drew pushing his agenda further, the stakes have never been higher. With every character playing a crucial role in the unfolding events, fans are in for an exciting and unpredictable ride, filled with shocking revelations and unexpected confrontations. As the events in Port Charles unfold, the stakes continue to rise for each of the town's key players. Jason's sudden return to 5 Poppies is not just a dramatic homecoming, it's a harbinger of chaos. His first encounter with Britt is bound to be explosive, catching her completely off guard. She has been operating under the assumption that Jason is gone for good, and his unexpected appearance will send shockwaves through her, both personally and professionally. Jason will have questions for Britt about the secrets she's been keeping, and he will be ready to offer his own revelations in return. This meeting will not only stir up the past but also force both Jason and Britt to confront the consequences of their actions. As tensions simmer, Britt will have to come to terms with the fact that she can no longer run from her past mistakes, and Jason will have to face the weight of the decisions he's made in his absence. Meanwhile, the growing danger for Jocelyn Jacks cannot be overstated. The presence of Jason at 5 Poppies will set off a chain reaction, with Jocelyn's carefully constructed cover hanging by a thread. Her involvement in the unfolding drama is about to be exposed, and it's unclear how she will navigate the fallout. Jason's return brings unwanted attention to the situation, and his investigation threatens to unravel Jocelyn's life as she knows it. As her secrets threaten to surface, Jocelyn will have to make difficult choices to protect herself, but the risks are higher than ever. The stakes are not just personal. Jocelyn's entire future could be on the line, and the impact of her actions may ripple through Port Charles in ways she never anticipated. At the same time, Kai Taylor's journey to win back Trina Robinson takes a pivotal turn. Stella Henry's, Vernee Watson, encouragement will push Kai to fight harder for the woman he loves, but Trina's feelings are far from easy to change. Stella's well-meaning advice will guide Kai into taking bold steps, but even his most heartfelt efforts may not be enough to undo the damage done.